So now, to create the database using Entity Framework, we need to install another package from the NuGet package manager. We can use the console here, and we can simply paste our command like install package, and we need to specify the package name. Here my package is microsoft.entityframework.tools. Installing, done successfully. And after that we need to create the migration, something called migration. How to create the migration? Using the command add dash migration and give it a name like initial migration. You can simply give it any name like first migration or whatever you want, and then click enter. Yeah, see here the connection string is null. Why? Because we still did not configure our connection string in the apps setting.json. We need to go and set up the connection string there. We said here my connection, and here it's also my connection. So we need to go to this folder apps settings.json file, and we need to set here our connection string. Inside double quotations, simply I will paste my connection string here because I am working locally, so the server name or the data source is my machine name, and the initial catalog here I will specify it the name of the database. For example, let's call it ef demo db, for instance, and integrated security equal true because I'm using the Windows authentication in the SQL server because I'm working locally. Now simply we'll go back to the package manager console, and again we will say add migration, and again give it like initial migration, and click enter. So again the same error here, connection string. Okay, let's go back to our app setting here. Let's say what we did. Yeah, okay, sorry, this is wrong. We have to specify first the connection string like this, and inside the connection string we can add our connection. So by this way we can define the connection strings in apps setting.json using the connection strings, and inside this we can have one or more connection string. Now let's go and execute the command again, add migration initial migration, click enter. Yeah, so the migration has been created now, and this is our migration. A new folder here has been created automatically, and inside it we have our migration. The first migration called initial migration, and this initial migration contains creating a tables like the ASP.NET rules, which is from Microsoft Identity, also this one for the users, and also this is our entity students table, contains integer, student ID and student name in varchar 50, and date of birth, which is date time, and the other tables from Microsoft Identity. So now let's go to the SQL server and see if our database has been created. Go to databases and we will refresh our databases. We called our database, like, go to here, it's called efdemodb. There is no efdemodb. Why? Because another command should be executed here in order to reflect these changes to our database. The command is update dash database and enter. Now all these changes should be reflected to the database. Done successfully. This migration here will be reflected to the database. Go and refresh again. So here it is, EFDemoDB. Expand it, go to the tables. We will see now this is the migrations history. This is to track our migration, and these are the tables from Microsoft Identity, and this is our students. Contains 3 columns: student ID, primary key, and student name in varchar of 50, because we said the maximum size is 50, and date birth, which is of type datetime. So by this way we have configured our project to use the entity framework, and we have created a database using the entity framework, and also we used Microsoft Identity in our example.